Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you. Delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate with you. And I am going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the card. And we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is saying one of two things, or both. It's saying that you're in a never-ending nightmare that you just can't seem to escape. And you're worried, like this is someone who wakes up in the middle of the night having a nightmare and don't know what to do about it. That is just my cat, Stella. She's decided to join us for the reading. So this also can mean that you're totally bored and you feel suffocated by it. Or it can mean that you have received enlightenment in the wee hours of the morning. And it is like between 2 or 4 a.m. when this commonly happens. You had a dream or you had something, you woke up with this thought and you were like, whoa, I got to remember this, that kind of energy. And it might be regarding something that you want to resolve here. The swords represent our thoughts and our mental intelligence. Okay, so the first card out, we have the Temperance card. So Temperance is about having patience and devotion towards your goal, or towards your destined path, basically. So this is talking about what you came on earth to do. This angel is sometimes thought of as, this card is representing an earth angel, someone that God sent down to the earth to alchemize and bring some sort of mission down from the heavens to the earth, generally just to empower people along their journey. So this is talking about having patience for your path and the determination to stay on your path. And we have, okay, there's competition here. So this is talking about, this is the only card in the deck that actually has adolescence. And that's it on the card, like there's no adults here. But they're like doing actions, you know, in the action cards of the tarot, sorry. And so this is talking about immature competition. Think about narcissistic cheerleaders, and they realize the other team was better than them, but they want to win anyway. And so they'll do anything to win. And if they don't succeed, their mothers will do something so that they win. It's that kind of energy. So we'll see, what is this about? We have an Ace of Cups coming in. So it looks like there's some sort of concern or worry regarding being able to stay on your path because of competition. That maybe you were doing something and then the competition stepped in and now it's they've made it impossible for you to move forward, kind of from that energy I was talking about. Because quite often when this energy comes up, it's about a lot, you know, as we mature, we start to realize, even if you're on a team and you're competing in something, yes, you're competing for that medal or whatever, but really what you're doing is you're competing with the last best version of yourself when you were doing, you know, your sport or whatever it is that you're doing, your dance, your recital, whatever. And if you're working with other people, it's also about improving your ability to work with your team. And so it's really not that you're competing against another team. You are in a way, but it's more about, okay, are you going to be able to keep your shift together so that you can do the best job that you can do? And then the Ace of Cups is a gift from the divine. So this is talking about love. Quite often romantic love. Sometimes it can be talking about something you love to be or do, which if you're on your devoted path, that's like, you know, that's maybe the concern, is that because of the competition, you feel like you no longer can do what you were put on earth to do, and it was something that you really loved. Or this could be regarding love, like romantic love, because this cup is quite often representing romantic love, as well as what you love to do and what you love to be. And it represents an overflowing, like continual supply, like a fountain. The water gathers and it comes back down, and it's just all, your cup is always full. So that's a gift from the divine. And the aces represent a gift from the divine for staying on your path. So you have been on your path, and then something happened with competition, and now you're off, and you're concerned and worried about it. And perhaps you have received enlightenment from the Most High. And let's see, maybe this is the enlightenment that you received regarding this. Marriage, okay. So this is interesting. This card comes out quite often when it means that like someone is going to propose to someone, or like you're proposing to someone or someone's proposing to you. This is talking, and especially with this card, it's saying, okay, so this could be the energy I'm getting now is that there was some concern regarding being able to stay on your path because the person that you were supposed to marry, which is your like divine partner that God has sent to you, went off with the competition or something like that. So because this card normally means that, it's the Four of Wands, and it's talking about you have to go through this portal to be able to have what you want. It's basically the beginning of ultimate fulfillment. It's the beginning of it in the way that it would be kind of, to relate it to everyday terms. It would be like, okay, you have the down payment for your castle, which is a huge, advancement, but you still are going to have to make the mortgage payments. You've met the person you love, and maybe you've gotten married, and now you have a couple of children, but you're going to have to work on the marriage to keep it together. It's that kind of energy. What is the problem here, though? We have the Queen of Cups coming in. So the Queen of Cups is sitting right on this energy, and the Queen of Cups is the most maternal of all of the queens in the deck. She's sitting on her throne, and she's holding this cup. It looks like a trophy, and it has this lid on it, and that is saying that she has unconditional love for her family, for her children, like her partner. She has unconditional love for the people around her in her community. And if she's working outside the home, also she loves her work and she loves the people she's working with, kind of energy. She's just pets, animals, like she's just an all-around easy person to get along with. And usually she is someone that would be in more of a traditional marriage. So this makes sense. Now, what I'm wondering is if this is not maybe maybe this is you, and this is your mother or your mother-in-law. That's the energy I'm getting. Remember what I said about this immature competition? How if the cheerleaders, the narcissistic cheerleaders, don't succeed, their mother will make sure they do. It's like helicopter parenting. So maybe your partner has a helicopter parenting mother, and you could be like, grown up, like adult children, but she's still, maybe she still calls your husband her boy, which is an indication, like when women talk about their sons as if they're still little boys. And I was working with this woman once on a consultation, and she said, well, when my boys are like, sad and everything's worried, then I'm going to quit worrying and I'm going to start looking after myself. And this woman was 80, and I said to her, how old is your son? And she said, 65. And I was like, you're never okay, like it's time to let go of the apron strings kind of energy, So that's the kind of that's the kind of energy I'm picking up. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles also. And isn't it interesting, because we have this energy here And look at these two. They're both like, she's totally focused on the unconditional love in her cup for the people that she loves. And she's totally focused on the pentacle. And they're almost in the same position. You know, I've never really noticed that before. They're very intensely focused on their element. And so this energy of the Queen of Pentacles, this represents someone who is very good at, first of all, the pentacle represents health, wealth, happiness, abundance in the 3D world. It's not just like, of course, the coin, money is part of that. Having said that, it's more about lifestyle. Like, you can have a lot of money and still not have a good lifestyle. And it's about having the good lifestyle with the love. And, you know, if these two, sometimes the queens can represent someone, just one person, and saying, okay, that this person is the matriarch of the family as well as she controls the money. That's the energy I'm picking up here. I feel like this is like mother-in-law energy, you know, that kind of energy, because this is talking about someone who can make something out of nothing. She can whip up a meal out of nothing, kind of energy. She has, you know, the ability to really manage every penny in the household and that kind of energy. And I'm just kind of picking up that it's almost like your partner that you're married to, that you're in competition with his mother, which is weird, but like, yeah. And here we have the Knight of Cups coming in. And so the knights work for the king and the queen. And they represent the energy of, you know, some form of communication. They would work for the king, and they would, you know, travel for miles and bring in information to others. And it would be by horse, you know, usually. That's the energy. And they would travel for miles, and then they'd have to wait and get the message and bring it back. Nowadays, we have like such quick communication now. So this could be a phone call. It could be a letter. It could be a text, an email, that kind of energy. It could even be a social media post, that kind of energy. But this is saying, generally, that this is the knight in shining armor is like the Knight of Cups. That's the one you read about in the romance novels. You know, well dressed, well put together. You know, a real catch. And he's got a cup of love here. So it looks like he's proposing, and he's facing this person. So perhaps this isn't the mother-in-law. Perhaps this is the person that he is proposing to, and she reminds him of his mother. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting now. Or he's telling his mother, hey, I'm asking someone to marry me. I feel like it's both. It could be either or, and it could be a few other things in between. So just take it how it works. And because now we have the Empress energy here. So the Empress is sitting on her throne. And what it's saying is, this energy of these queens together, what I said, this could be one person. The Empress represents all four queens rolled into one person. So she has the ability for this unconditional love and all that energy that we spoke of. She also understands how to, you know, how to handle the coin, and knows about having an abundant lifestyle, is able to be very resourceful. And she's also the Queen of Wands besides that. So the Queen of Wands is like a natural beauty, really sexy, someone that you really, like, she also has a lot of love, and but she's a generator of energy. Like she is growing wheat at her feet here, and she doesn't concern herself with whether it'll grow or whether it's not going to grow, or if it's going to rain or it's not going to rain. She plants the seeds, and then she trusts that nature is going to take care of it for her. And because she uses her intuition as well as her logic. And then we also have the Queen of Swords, who's very discerning and is able to really be in a position of you know, using her mental intelligence, her logic, as well as her intuition. And the thing that I'm picking up about the Queen of Swords is that the Queen of Swords sometimes can become very cold if she's treated in a certain way. And quite often, out of all the queens, the Queen of Swords would be the one that is divorced or separated. So let's see what's going on here, because it still feels like there's some sort of competition between this Empress. I feel like the Empress may be representing this character here, his mother, and this is who he's proposing to, and she has similar qualities as his mother. That's now that the Empress has arrived, because the Empress, although this can, the Empress quite often can be someone that is like, oh, that's my Empress. There's no woman better than that kind of energy, but generally, the Empress is not younger, like like they're not. They usually you have to build up to being an Empress. Like you don't just become an Empress overnight. That kind of energy. So we'll see. And we've got the Wounded Warrior here. I feel like there's been competition between the matriarch and his queen. So I feel like this is the queen, this is his mother, as we said, and they're both competing for the Empress, the role of Empress, being the Empress in this guy's life, and he is like the Wounded Warrior. He's tired of it. He's got like, and that could be the energy there. This competition between your wife and your mother. Wow. Okay, now that makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't that happen once in a while? Yeah. So, and this is over the love. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, so I feel like that this represents you, and you could be male or female. And there's competition over your love between the person you're married to and your mother. And it's kind of vying for the role, like who's the one that's is your Empress kind of energy. And now remember, these are archetypes, so the Knight could be someone who, a woman in her masculine energy, and the Queens and the Empress could be men in their feminine energy, which could quite easily be because if a man's in that position, like a mama's boy, is what's coming up. If someone is in that position where they're married to someone and they feel like this because of the competition for their love between their mother and their wife, that's what I feel like it is. So I could say, word of advice, quit being such a mama's boy. You're a grown man. But like, I shouldn't. I should just keep going. Yeah, it's caused a lot of burdens. There we go. And I feel like that's just confirming it right there. So this person actually, when you think about it, he has two women that are both very powerful. They're queens. They're not slackers, right? So that's the good news. They're not... someone that is not able to produce or, these are high quality people. And so this energy is being burdened though by the actions of other people and leaning on this wand, wondering, oh my goodness, which direction should I go? And this is talking about, this is causing burdens that don't belong to him, but they do belong to him because it's his situation. It's his marriage, right? That kind of energy. And this is talking about, you have to decide, like he is almost home. And these wands represent the actions that he has planted. So he's planted the seeds to grow these wands, and they might just be heavy with fruit. It's time to bring the harvest home. But having said that, and he's so close, like he's almost there. This is 10 wands. It's a lot of energy, but he can't even see his way anymore because it's so heavy. And so this is talking about having burdens to carry. And so I guess the energy is like he's going to have to put some of those burdens down, or go get his pickup truck and come back and get the other half or something. But I feel like he's in a battle between these two women that he cares about, and I don't feel like it's like a competition between two women like that he's romantically interested in. It's between his wife and his mother, and they're vying for the role of who is the number one person in his life, which is a really it's causing a never-ending nightmare. Because that shouldn't be something that really happens. Like when you get married, your wife comes first, and that's just the way it is. I mean, you always love your mother. It's the same kind of energy. Like with if the opposite, if the Empress is actually the male and this is actually the female, this would be more like. Man being in his feminine energy and wanting that control over his daughter's life. That's the kind of energy we're talking about. So this is talking about staying on your destined path and having asked someone to marry you, and that would represent your Empress normally, but being burdened by it because of this energy here of the competition for your love. That's the energy. And really having to deal with it every day. It's a never-ending nightmare. And so we have, is he going to choose, who's he going to choose, the woman he married or I feel this, see now, the Empress could represent the maternal figure, or this could. I feel like this energy is his spouse because she's caught in the middle of the two of them. That's the energy I'm feeling. And it's for the role of, who is he going to give number one priority to? Like when coming to making decisions in their life and all that kind of energy. And it looks like they're farmers. So when there's family land, this kind of shift can happen, that's for sure. It happens all the time. You hear about it all the time. But we're going to look at this. Give this a like and a comment if you're resonating with this. We'll figure it out. I mean, these are all grown people, and they're all high quality people. It's not like, we're not dealing with anyone who is, there's no. The issue is that this person has two women or two female energies, feminine energies, vying for his attention. When you're married, though, I feel that you automatically put the wife first, and that's just the way it is, and the wife puts the husband first. But let's look into it a little bit more. We have, we're going to use my Tales from the Vector Oracle to clarify this, and we're going to have the energy on these cards. The numbers on these cards represents the numbers of the paintings in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And so you can, I started this in 2007, and I finished the 64th painting in 2020, and now I'm getting ready to actually print it out and bring it out and get it out there. But I'm working on the information with all of you now. I have had them out at psychic fairs for several years, but I didn't have the whole deck done. So that's why I just want to gather a bit more information and then bring it out. In the description box below, I will have the numbers of the cards as they appear here. And if you want to check it out, you can. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. So let's see. I've been shuffling. Oh, here we go. These two cards wanted to come out. So we have this energy here, deception. Kiss me good, there's a hex in the city. So this is talking about, yeah, it's, like how they make mother-in-law jokes. It's kind of like that kind of energy. I feel like it's, there's some deception around it. This could represent two women that this man is thinking about marrying to become the Empress, and there's competition between them, and he can't choose. That could be. That's another scenario. And it could be that one has a lot of love for him, but the other has a lot of money. So that's why he's trying to choose. Could be that. Could be that. Now that we see that deception card there. So don't just blame the mother-in-law. Then there's the hangman, the balance between the two. So this kind of energy is about, the hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge upside down because he wants to get a different perspective of the situation. And this is just talking about, once he has a new perspective, then he comes down from the tree of knowledge and he takes action after that. So that's a good idea to really get your, shift together, get your head on straight. And then we have a scotoma. So this is talking about, there's just like some sort of blind spot. So scotoma is a place in your eye where the pixels don't quite line up. There's some little bit of damage in your eye somewhere. We all have that, but we don't really notice it unless it's right on the pupil or something like that. And so it's showing that there's something maybe that you can't see that everybody else can see, or something that you can see and no one else can see. Or it could be everybody can see it or nobody can see it. So that's the energy we have here. And it's saying there is a good reason why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror, because you want to look forward to the future and, learn from the past and then move on. That's the energy. Then we have surrender. So, it's talking about, isn't this interesting? Because it's almost implying that if there is an energy of a matriarch here, that they've passed on and they've crossed the veil already. And so the energy would be more in this person's head, that, hey, this person is not like my mother and I thought they were, kind of energy. Now that's interesting. And then we have the trauma queen. Okay. So maybe, so this could be the energy. This is, another perspective of what's going on here. We have the energy of this Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups were two qualities that his mother had, and now she's passed on. And this woman that he's married doesn't have these qualities. And so there's always drama and trauma. And he thought he was marrying someone that was like his mother and was, had good, was really loving and was really good at handling the money and everything, and you didn't have to worry. But he actually married a trauma queen. And now he's like, hold the drama. Like, he's like, there's always a fight. There's always, something like someone stomping off kind of energy, or just not speaking. Like how when people get angry and then they want to be passive aggressive and they just won't talk to you, that kind of energy. And it's a lot of trauma and drama in his life, which would represent why he's feeling this way here. And then we have the Magician. So this is an energetic upgrade, like if he can fix this energy. So maybe this energy, he had some enlightenment from source energy regarding how to deal with this. Let's see. Because this is the thing, is that this is a gift from the divine of saying, hey, there's better out there. So maybe he hasn't asked this person to marry him yet. And he has gone to his mother for advice, and she said, you know what? There's someone better out there for you. I know who she is. Could be. So we have the Star here. And so the energy there is talking about, him being the light of his mother's eye. Kind of, I'm still picking up this energy that this is someone who does what his parents want, and in particular his mother. And so this is talking about, that kind of energy still. I'm still, there's so many different scenarios coming in here. Oh, and then look at this, a mother's worry. Isn't that interesting? Magic mirror on the wall, I've become my mother after all. Yeah. Really interesting energy. So basically, I feel like what this is saying is that you need to trust your own energy. Like, you have to trust your logic and your intuition on who you're going to choose to be your love partner. And yeah, I guess there's a bunch of scenarios here that someone is dealing with. And if it's you, then I guess you have to decide what's more important in your life. Is it more important to be on your mother's good side or on your wife's good side? That's the energy, basically. And, if you have to live with your wife, but you may, I don't know your situation. So I personally don't see this as being such a big deal. I mean, to me, it's very obvious that when you're a grown-up and you get married, that you put your wife first and then then your mother. But call me, hey, I'm not an expert in love matters, so I mean, let's face it, this is a situation that you have to decide for yourself here. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's kind of been a real different reading here. I don't even know if I'm going to post this, actually, but I probably will, because the ones that I say that, I don't even know if I want to post that. This is random shifts, so it surely isn't going to resonate with everyone. But anyway, if you do like it, give it a like and a comment, and subscribe if you resonate with the energy of the channel. And I'm going to do one more random shift reading today. And hopefully it's a little bit more, I don't know, different than this one. All right, bye for now.